Okay, I give this guy, Mr. Lama, Mr. Lama Sc here, a lot of grief for being too much of a Blizzard fanboy. So, in order to redeem ourselves and do something nice, we're gonna watch one of his videos. And I happen to agree with a lot of the points he's making. I haven't seen the whole thing the whole way through, so this is kind of. Oh gosh, sorry guys, I just gotta fix my microphone here. Okay, this is gonna be kind of like a first watch for me of this video as well. So I don't know why it's doing this loading time thing. But
what's up, YouTube? Mr. Lama Sc here, and today you are being scammed. Now,
that's right, scammed.
What do I mean by you are being scammed? Well, there are a variety of ways and new scams that have simply come out with the latest edition in Reign of the Warlock. This is going to, a lot of it, be centered around the idea that you can convert a character from expansion over, right? So if I go here and I have a character, I can make a character in expansion, like LOD, and then I can convert that character into Reign of the Warlock.
Sure, I can already see where he's going with this. So people can farm or find items in the LOD version and convert them over to the Reign of the Warlock. That's only true for non-ladder, so I don't see it being a huge issue. It's only true for non-ladder play. Most people play the ladder because there's no way to convert from LOD into ladder Reign of the Warlock. No, you must start fresh on ladder from ladder, so everyone's in the same trading environment there.
What does this mean? Well, you could always do this from Classic before, right? You could go Classic to Expansion, so now you can go Expansion to Reign of the Warlock. But from Classic to Expansion, there wasn't anything to really like bring over, right? There wasn't like a new thing that now would be changed or something. Now there are things, and that is leading to a lot of issues. So I'll give you a couple examples. The first one, torches. I can go and have torches that I farm, and this includes online. I can make a character that is a ladder character. Let me actually go right here. For the expansion, and I can farm torches or farm things here, and then convert it over, and that torch cannot be a Warlock torch. Just flat out. Additionally, any of the unique rings or amulets or any of the...
Again, only an issue when you're playing non-ladder, which I suppose is a chunk of people, but there's an easy way around that too. Just farm your own torch and then you'll know it's a Warlock. Or you're going to have to just gamble on the fact that this person hopefully is being honest and didn't farm it in LOD, right? What can
pieces that there are the additional ones, those cannot be the new ones, right? So be very wary if you are buying a unidentified torch, unless you know the person is actually farming that in the new game, in Reign of the Warlock, then that torch just can't be Warlock if they farmed it in expansion. Now, that is one of the problems. One of the additional problems is we have Sunder Charms that are different now. And I've seen this scam happen probably the most because it's just taken advantage of the lack of knowledge that people have.
Yeah, I see where he's going with this too, but again, only an issue for non-ladders. Sorry to keep driving that point home, but the majority of players are going to want the new ladder content. They're going to play ladder. That ladder means fresh start. So there's none of this porting over charms from LOD. It's just not possible.
This is a Cold Rupture Grand Charm. This charm is the old Sunder charm that used to exist in expansion and still does exist in expansion. They are very easy to get, so if you make an expansion character, you can just run out and collect a bunch of Sunders by just, killing a bunch of stuff players ate in there, and then you can give all these Sunders to a mule, convert that mule over, and now you can on ladder trade all of these. This is an issue that I don't love. I don't like the idea that you can transfer these characters across ladder that now have all of these implications, but it is currently a thing. what is the difference here? Well, this cannot be crafted. So, a latent Cold Rupture is the new Sunder Charm. This is the one that can be crafted, and this is the charm that is extremely hard to find, and you will only find in Reign of the Warlock from one of the heralds.
And I can vouch that I've been playing now for at least, I would say, I don't know, must be going on 100 hours of this expansion, and I need to find a single Sunder, and I make an active, conscious decision to play the terrorized zones. Anytime they come up, anytime they rotate, I switch over to the new area, always in hell, ideally with other people in the game if I'm able to find other players. I do find Diablo's becoming more of an antisocial experience, or more people are playing single player. I've played a lot of single player online, but that's only because I feel like I'm forced into the position. It's hard to get games over 5-6 players going. I don't know why that is. That used to be the norm, right? People used to always fill up rooms and play with full rooms. That's the point of online play. But anyway, let's continue on here.
Much more difficult, much more expensive. When you craft it, you now get to have something like this, where it has hit recovery or fast run walk or attributes. It's got minus enemy cold res or plus to cold, some magic find or gold find, damage reduction on it, right? It becomes like a pretty cool, nice, unique charm. But you can only craft the latent one. So what are we seeing a lot of? People bring these over from...
Sorry guys, I've got seasonal allergies. That's why I keep sneezing here.
Expansion ladder, sell them to people that think that they can craft these and are paying extra for them, and then those people are out of luck because, hey, wait a second, I'm trying this recipe and it doesn't work. Why is it not working? Because this cannot be crafted. So that is a big issue as well that needs to be addressed by Blizzard, but I want to at least get the information out for everybody so people at least know, hey, if it just says Cold Rupture and not latent, it has to say latent before whatever rupture, know that you cannot craft it. It must be latent to be crafted.
Okay, a little public service announcement from Mr. Lama Sc here. Very nice. Thank you, brother.
The third scam that I'm seeing really come out here, potential scam, and there is still a little bit of like bugginess around this, but when you find an item that is eligible for your chronicle, it will say eligible for chronicle under it. Now, I have noticed that I still have some unique rings that I need to find on my chronicle, and when I find a new unique ring that I already have, even though it's unidentified, it won't say eligible for chronicle anymore. So I kind of can know, oh, this is not, or like this is one of these rings, right? So if I have a mantled ring and a nagal ring that I already found, well, I can go here and say, okay, well, I know this is, not going to be that because it's eligible, or it is going to be that because it's not, right?
And that's a cool little, perhaps unintended feature, but the thing is, it only works the first time. Like, say the first time you find the Stone of Jordan, that's it. The next time you find it, it's not going to say eligible for Chronicles. So what I'm getting at is it's not really a way to sort through unidentified items and guess what they are, because as soon as you identify those items, they get logged into your Chronicle, and they no longer will make that distinction, have that label underneath them as eligible for Chronicle. So like once you find one of every single item, you will no longer be able to distinguish with unidentified items as to what they may be.
So, people selling mass packs of like unique unidentified rings and amulets and stuff like that, if they have the right rings found, let's say you have a character that has only not found SOJ, you could take all of the SOJs out of the pack, or all of the BK rings out of the pack, and then give them to another mule or another character, so that or to a friend to identify, so you don't actually get it in your chronicle, and then you could just keep doing that and essentially scamming your way through all of that and just selling garbage rings that you know that you already have because they're not eligible for the Chronicle.
Interesting. So that takes a lot of mental gymnastics to get there, but I guess if you have a devious mind, I'm not saying Mr. Lama does, but as a scammer, right? You have a devious mind. I guess he could think to do what he's saying. Personally, guys, I'm not too worried about any of this stuff. I do think it's great, maybe for newer players, that videos like this exist, warning people as to potential scams. But the best way around getting scammed is just magic find. Find the stuff for yourself. Yeah, it takes time, but playing the game is the whole point of the game, right? So, there's not much long left at this video. We're this 6 minutes in. It's about a 10-minute video. Let's keep going.
So that could be just abused in so many ways, right? That could be abused for unique rings and amulets. That could be abused for, if you wanted Tyrael Smite versus Templar Smite, nobody super cares there. For that could be abused for, like, you know, specific weapons or armors. Like, there are a lot of places. Sunder Charms, right? The new Sunder Charms, because those are now in your Chronicle as well. I mean, it's not gonna. But, like, you have all the Grand Charms now that are in here. So, you know, the Bone Breaker is like a really valuable one, but the, you know, Latent Fire Sunder is not nearly as valuable. So if you have all of them except for the magic and the physical one or something.
If I'm making weird faces on camera, guys, it's allergy season here. I guess it's basically springtime, and I'm just getting nuked. My nasal, you know, is running. My eyes are burning, so just the whole bit. I'm very afflicted by seasonal allergies, so I'm just drinking some tea and trying to, you know, stay above it. But it's tough. But I don't want to miss out on making these videos for you guys. So hopefully you can appreciate what all the weirdness is about.
You could be using those and looking at that and being like, okay, I'm gonna just keep the ones that I know are good and then sell unit ones to other people. Now, people would still probably not do this overall, because they'd be like, how do I know that's not a Jeed's charm? Which I guess you could show them your Jeeds as well in your inventory.
I hate that he says Jeeds. I'm pretty sure the guy's name is Geed, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Jeed just sounds terrible.
So then you would show that you have both of those. So you could actually still scam with that. But it seems pretty messed up. And you can't sell Chronicle Progress because you have to actually find the item in your game for it to be eligible for the Chronicle. So you can't just, like, buy an item for that. But this is another way, and probably one of the biggest ways, I think, where buying, you know, big packs of some unidentified uniques could actually just be a complete scam. It kind of reminds me of, like, old Magic the Gathering packs where people would, like, push up the cards to look and see. They could actually, like, see through the packaging, and so they'd push up on all of it and see if the pack had a good card in it or not, and then they would sell the pack if it didn't, right? And so you think you're buying a chance at getting a Black Lotus or something, but you actually have no chance because they would have seen it. So
Interesting.
That is another one, and there's potentially more, right? I don't even know if there's more of these overall, but
okay, at this point he's just reaching for content. He's not even sure what he's trying to say, but I get the few points he's made. I know originally I said this is going to be a video agreeing with him. I'm not disagreeing with him. Of course, scams are bad, and I'm glad he did this PSA. But again, guys, one way to easily avoid any of this being a potential issue or potentially getting scammed is, number one, find your own items. Number two, play the ladder. They cannot convert from regular LOD to ladder, and I don't think they can convert from LOD ladder to Reign of the Warlock ladder. I think they'd have to start a brand new character. I'm pretty sure Blizzard would be smart enough to separate those two. So, and I mean, again, even if they can, let's say they can join the ladder, hypothetically, because I suppose there's a chance. I haven't tried that myself, but hypothetically, let's say you can convert to a ladder character. Just don't buy an uneyed torch. Buy it identified only, right? buy it identified only and pay what's fair, and so be it. I guess you can't gamble on the uneyed ones, but who cares, right? And that's basically it. And then the Sunder Charms, and same thing. I guess just don't buy them unidentified, and look for that latent word, like Mr. Lama Sc there was saying. Look for latent so you know it's one of the new and improved versions of the Sunder, and then you're good to go, and Bob's your uncle. So alright guys, I think this video is long enough. I don't want to go past the 15 minutes here. But I just made this video to say, I like to take shots at Mr. Lama and make jokes and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he's the biggest Diablo 2 content creator. So I just wanted to make this video to show some love and to say it's all good. We joke around, but it's all good. I do like Mr. Lama. He doesn't know me or anything like that, but I'm trying to say I'm not a hater. If I did come off overly critical in my first couple of videos in our Warlock review series there, it's only because I don't like glazing Blizzard where they don't deserve it, right? Which I feel like sometimes some people do, right? Not suggesting Mr. Lama's one of them, but anyway, it's all good, bro. I love you. Alright guys, catch you in the next one.